Welcome. This is the American Rambler with your host, Paul Grofton. Okay, here's the thing. People are saying that, you should still support the franchisees. They had nothing to do with Ammon Mcneff and his brother Matt Mcneff and everything that's going on. But I think that's wrong. Uh, they did not do their due diligence and did not see who they are getting involved with. Now, there are two parts to this story because it was started out in 2021 and really did not conclude until 2025 of last year. Now, before taking over the bricks and minifigs, Ammon Mcneff and his brother Matt, the CEO of BAM, were heavily involved in a company called uh, Legally Mine LLC. This company was founded and primarily owned by their father, Daniel Mcneff. In January of 2021, a massive family rift, uh, okay, uh, centered on the ownership and control of Legally Mine. Uh, Ammon Matt Mcneff officially filed a lawsuit against her own father, Daniel Mcneff, in the U.S. District Court for the District of Utah. Mcneff versus Mcneff, court case 221 CV 00048. Now, what was this about? The lawsuit was centered on a bitter internal battle over the ownership and control of Legally Mine. An attached arbitration ruling revealed that the father, Daniel, held roughly 79% of the company, while Ammon held 11% and Matt held 10%. The brothers were trying to challenge the structure and push back against their father. I guess stealing is natural in their blood. Okay. Uh, or filing lawsuits, maybe allegedly stealing. The outcome, the federal lawsuit, was incredibly short lived. Just a few weeks after filing of February 2021, Ammon and Matt filed notice of voluntary dismissal, and the case was closed. They essentially abandoned the federal suit to handle the business dispute privately. Now, here's the one: the Ohio legal charges, Legally Mine shut down. While there are no traditional criminal charges like jail time, offenses filed against Ammon Mcneff personally in Ohio, Legally Mine LLC and his father Daniel were hit with severe legal penalties by the Supreme Court of Ohio. Now remember, this is Ammon Mcneff. Legally Mine marketed itself as an asset protection and tax strategy firm for medical professionals, but it had a widespread and reputation online for scamming customers. Does that sound familiar? The charge unauthorized practice of law in the case Ohio State Bar Association, Legally Mine LLC et al., the state of Ohio, pursued the company for running a legal scam. They're not saying the scam was legal. They're saying the scam was about legal. Legally Mine was caught selling legal structures, asset protection plans, and deeds to Ohio residents without having licensed attorneys or the legal authority to do so. Legal authority to do what? Does that still sound familiar with Brian and the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection? The Supreme Court ruling February 2025. The Supreme Court of Ohio issued a definitive dispositive order against Legally Mine LLC and Daniel Mcneff. The court officially banned them from operating any actions constituting the unauthorized practice of law in the state and slapped them with civil penalties and board costs. The Attorney General steps in April 2025 after Daniel Mcneff left certified mail from the court unclaimed. Another thing, does that sound familiar? The case was forwarded to the Ohio Attorney General's office for collections. By July 2025, the Attorney General successfully seized and collected thousands of dollars in penalties and fees from the company. Now, here's the Lego connection. What makes this fascinating to the Lego community is how deeply intertwined these two businesses are. Digging up through corporate filings discovered that bricks and mining shares were used as collateral in Legal Mine's UCC financial liens. Furthermore, original BAM co-founders were listed in Legal Mine's paperwork. In other words, it's just transferring the same scam between the same people. The fact that Ammon Mcneff transitioned from running a company that was legally banned by the state Supreme Court for deceptive business practices. Um, does that sound familiar? Directly into running corporate bricks and minifigs has only fueled the public's belief that corporate was acting in bad faith during the Salem consignment scandal. So I guess slander can't really happen due to the fact that um, truth is a defense.